Welcome to the Small Business Office Showcase, where daily we provide a quick tour of a government agency's small business portal or the like from a large prime. We understand that as a small business, time and resources are limited. We hope by quickly summarizing this information, we save you time and perhaps put you one step closer to your next contract. In this episode, we'll focus on the Department of State. To make it easier for you to quickly do your own research, the information you see on this slide is in the video description below. In each episode, we're targeting 6 pieces of information we think are most valuable to you, and if found, we provide the direct links to that information. As you can see from this slide, the 6 items are: does this agency have a small business portal? Does this agency list out events it hosts or attends so that you can plan well in advance? Is there a forecast for the next 12 to 24 months that will help you identify opportunities? Does the agency provide a list of current primes that have an obligation to subcontractors to small businesses, or to subcontract to small businesses? And is there any special registration required for this agency other than what's required for the entire federal government? Finally, is there a list of people available that you can reach out to for help and to get questions answered? You can see the basic results on this slide, but let's go ahead and take a quick tour. We already have these links opened in different tabs, so I'm going to first go to the SBO site by clicking on this tab. It's a nice site, a lot of information, it's very clean. As you come in here, you're going to be able to get a lot of research done, so kudos to them. They have a lot of stuff I'm not referencing in today's tour, but could be very useful, for example, if you're a veteran small business like I am. Let's go ahead and go back. And then events. So events we have here. We have an event calendar, and I'm not really seeing anything here. That's the kind of the challenge with this particular one. I don't know if they don't have any events or if it's not up to date. It would be great if it actually just said no events so that we knew, maybe funding was shot and they don't have events. These are calendar links that, if you click onto, you can see other agencies and see what's going on with them. It's nice that they kind of have these calendars, but we would go to those agencies to find that. Let me close this, go back to our main page. So let's go take a look at the forecast. When you click on it, you'll notice it's an XLS. I already have that open, so let me tab over to it. And here, this is a great page with a lot of forecasting information that's put out there. I'm going to scroll up here to the top really quick. You can see that if you choose an office symbol, I'm just going to get rid of one for 1 second. You'll see there's 817 items in here for the forecast. That's awesome. I mean, that is amazing. Some of the information you can see the fiscal years out. Quickly, you can click here and see this is 800 items just for FY18. Anybody who thinks the Department of State is reducing their budget, this tells me kind of differently. Or they're not going to impact us. We can still do business. Maybe we just have to help them move forward. So if you're like me and you got a couple of designations, maybe you can come in here and check out what you see that works for you. I don't know what the difference between those two are. Okay, so it's just 2 different hub zones, and then I wonder if they do anything for veteran-owned. So they also do veteran-owned. And they do service disabled. Okay, good. So if I click that, though, I am able to, for example, as a small business, see that there's this many opportunities. This is interesting, though. I thought I just selected HUBZone. I must have selected women-owned down here instead of veteran-owned. Okay. So select that, and you're looking at some decent activity that you can go in there and try to compete on. And then you'll notice also with the performance, these are 5-year options. These are awesome, and this is great forecasting. So give them total thumbs up for having a great forecast that lets us understand how we can target opportunities and then maybe a little bit of information to pursue them. The one thing I wanted to look on the forecast is, did they give us a POC, somebody to call? And they do right here, and their information. That's awesome. So I see these opportunities. I can reach out to Ryan or Lucia, Robert, and find out more information from these people about the opportunities and see whether they actually are a fit. We go ahead and go back. So that was great for the forecasting. The subcontracting. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. This one, again, is really good. I've seen some that are really good, and Department of State gives us the information we need on 6 pages. So if you're looking at 10 or 15 per page, you clearly are looking at 50-plus contacts that you can reach out to at businesses that have prime contracts with the Department of State. And these are people you reach out to and say, hey, we're interested in doing business with the State Department. Can we subcontract it with you? Can we talk with you? Can we introduce ourselves? Clearly, you're not getting business with everybody you try to do business with, but the very fact that the State Department is providing this information makes it so easy for you to go out and start knocking on the doors. And that's awesome that Small Business Office does that. And then the last one, the next one, is registration. I did not see anything special that you have to do, so as long as you're doing business the normal way in the federal government, you don't have to jump through other hoops to just even register in a special database for the Department of State. The last one is contacts. Let's go ahead and open that one. So here's a good list of who's in here. So they definitely have components that you can go down into, but let's go ahead and just look at just the SBO office. So here, it's not really any contacts. It's allowing you to submit your information to them. So here's people's information. It'd be interesting to see, like HUBZone. Let's look at this one. Peter, and I'm sorry, Peter, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Control C. Let's go back one to that directory. I don't know if you noticed there was a telephone and information directory. Does it let me search for people? Key officers, liaisons, organizational directory. So you got to explore this yourselves. I would submit that, wow, okay. It turns out it looks like it's giving you 59 pages of everybody's information. I can't remember what that guy's name was, but let me try to search for him. Control find. I'm going to type his name in, see if I find it. It's searching. No, but it might not have found that entire thing. Let me just search for Peter really quick. So that you can see. Okay, so there's probably going to be a lot of Peters, Petersons. Peter. Oh, you know what I could also try is just hub. Okay, so it's not there, but so this one, I don't give it a high marks for what it has here. And the reason I don't is because when I come in to look for contacts from the SBO office, I would expect to be able to see who to call, and I don't see them here. And the last thing I can check is just that bureaus and offices to see if that actually has people's names. No, again, it's kind of telling me everybody, right? That's not overly helpful to us as a small business, because then we spend a lot of time at the Department of State. And for small businesses, doing market research like this is what you do after you just build 8 hours or something. So, you know, maybe I missed something, and I'll try to follow up with the state and provide an update to you guys on whether there's more information in there. But for now, that's our view of the Department of State. That concludes this walkthrough. I hope you found this information helpful as you continue to grow your business. Please provide any comments below or reach out to me directly if you have any questions using my email address that's in the description. I'm your host, Neil McDonnell with SV MacPack. I thank you for joining me today and hope you'll join me again for more video tours.